The Kindness Quilt by Nancy Elizabeth Wallace is a beautifully illustrated children's book that highlights the powerful and transformative nature of kindness. At its core, the story is about a group of children who come together to create a quilt, each patch representing a unique act of kindness. Through the book's simple yet profound narrative, readers are introduced to the importance of showing kindness not just to those we know, but to everyone around us. It's a story that encourages empathy, teamwork, and the understanding that even small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect, creating a greater sense of community. Wallace's writing, coupled with her charming illustrations, brings the story to life. The narrative is easy for young readers to understand, while also providing an engaging read for older children, parents, and educators alike. The central theme of kindness is timeless, and the way Wallace portrays it through the quilt metaphor adds depth and meaning to the idea of community and interconnectedness. As we follow the characters on their journey of making the quilt, we see how acts of kindness, big and small, can unite people and spread love and compassion throughout a community. Plot summary: The journey of the Kindness Quilt. The story begins with a class of children brainstorming ideas for a special project. The teacher, Ms. Fox, asks the children to think about how they could create something that would make the world a kinder place. After discussing various ideas, the children come up with the brilliant concept of creating a quilt that would be made up of squares representing acts of kindness. Each child would contribute their own square to the quilt, and together, they would create a powerful representation of how small acts of goodwill can lead to something beautiful. As the children begin their project, they start by brainstorming different acts of kindness. From helping a neighbor with their groceries to offering a smile to a new friend, the children come up with a variety of ways they can be kind to others. Each act is illustrated in a unique square on the quilt, which becomes a colorful tapestry of compassion and love. What makes the quilt so special is that each patch tells a story of kindness, and each story is a reminder that kindness doesn't have to be grand or complicated. It just needs to come from the heart. The story is structured around the children's process of creating the quilt, and as they go along, they learn that kindness can be expressed in many different ways. Some of the children's actions involve helping others, while others focus on simply being kind and considerate in everyday situations. One child might offer to help a friend with their homework, while another might assist a stranger who has dropped their belongings. Every act of kindness is different, but they all contribute to the same goal: making the world a better place. Throughout the book, Wallace's illustrations provide a visual feast for the eyes. The bright, cheerful colors and whimsical designs add to the lighthearted and hopeful tone of the story. Each quilt square is beautifully detailed, with illustrations that show the children's acts of kindness in action. This vibrant visual component helps readers connect with the story on a deeper level, enhancing the overall message of kindness and community. As the quilt begins to take shape, the children realize that their project has grown far beyond their classroom. The quilt is not just a collection of squares. It has become a symbol of unity, representing the collective efforts of a community coming together to spread kindness. This realization reinforces the central theme of the book, that kindness is not only about individual actions, but also about how those actions come together to create something greater than the sum of their parts. Character analysis: Ms. Fox and her students. The characters in the Kindness Quilt are all memorable in their own way, and they each bring something unique to the table. At the heart of the story is the teacher, Ms. Fox, who serves as the catalyst for the children's journey. She is thoughtful, nurturing, and supportive, and she encourages her students to think about how they can make the world a better place through kindness. Ms. Fox's role in the story is pivotal because it is her guidance that sparks the idea of the Kindness Quilt and sets the children on their path. The students in Ms. Fox's class are equally important to the story. Each one has a different perspective on kindness and a unique way of expressing it. For example, one child might show kindness by sharing their toys, while another might demonstrate it by offering a kind word to someone who is feeling lonely. The diversity of the children's acts of kindness adds depth to the story and shows that there are many ways to be kind, no matter who you are or where you come from. One of the key messages in the Kindness Quilt is that kindness comes in many forms. Some acts are small and simple, while others are more involved. But no matter the size or complexity, each act of kindness is meaningful and valuable. The characters in the book reflect this idea, and their actions demonstrate that everyone has the capacity to contribute to a kinder world. In addition to the children and their teacher, the book also introduces readers to the concept of community. The quilt, which starts as a classroom project, quickly grows to symbolize the interconnectedness of the larger community. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, has the potential to spread and inspire others to do the same. This sense of shared responsibility is a powerful message for young readers, teaching them that they are not alone in their efforts to create positive change. Themes: kindness, community, and the ripple effect. The central theme of the Kindness Quilt is, of course, kindness. The book teaches young readers that kindness is not just about doing good deeds. It's about creating a ripple effect of compassion that can spread throughout a community. The quilt itself serves as a metaphor for this idea. Each patch on the quilt represents an individual act of kindness, and together, they form something much larger and more powerful than any single act could be on its own. One of the key messages of the book is that kindness doesn't have to be extravagant or dramatic. In fact, some of the simplest acts, like holding the door for someone, offering a compliment, or helping a friend, can have the most profound impact. The children in the story demonstrate that being kind is something anyone can do, no matter how old they are or how much they have to give. The quilt's creation becomes a tangible representation of the idea that small acts of kindness can create a positive change in the world. Another important theme in the book is the idea of community. As the children come together to create their quilt, they learn that they are part of something larger than themselves. The quilt symbolizes the interconnectedness of the community, and each act of kindness contributes to the well-being of the whole. By working together, the children create something beautiful that represents their shared values and their commitment to making the world a better place. Finally, the Kindness Quilt touches on the idea of the ripple effect. Just as one act of kindness can inspire another, the quilt itself has the power to inspire others. As the children complete their project, they realize that their quilt is a symbol of something much greater than they could have imagined. The quilt is not just a piece of fabric. It's a testament to the power of kindness and how it can bring people together, one small act at a time. Illustrations: a visual celebration of kindness. The illustrations in the Kindness Quilt are a key component of the book's success. Nancy Elizabeth Wallace's artwork is bright, cheerful, and full of energy. The illustrations perfectly capture the spirit of the story, bringing to life the characters and their acts of kindness. Each quilt square is illustrated with a vibrant and whimsical design, showing the children's acts of kindness in action. The colors are warm and inviting, creating a sense of comfort and joy that mirrors the book's themes. The quilt itself is a work of art, with each patch representing a different act of kindness. The illustrations are not only visually appealing, but they also serve to reinforce the message of the book. Each quilt square tells a story, and together, the patches form a larger picture of how kindness can come together to create something beautiful. In addition to the quilt squares, the illustrations also depict the children and their teacher as they work together on the project. The characters are shown smiling, laughing, and working collaboratively, which reinforces the idea of community and teamwork. The illustrations bring the story to life, allowing readers to feel the joy and warmth of the characters' shared experience. Final thoughts: a beautiful story with a powerful message. The Kindness Quilt is a heartwarming and inspiring book that teaches young readers about the power of kindness, community, and generosity. Through the story of a group of children who come together to create a quilt, the book demonstrates how small acts of kindness can have a big impact on the world around us. The illustrations are vibrant and charming, and the narrative is simple yet profound. The book encourages children to think about how they can make a difference in their own communities and reminds them that even the smallest acts of kindness can create a ripple effect. In a world that can sometimes feel divided, the Kindness Quilt is a beautiful reminder that we are all connected, and that by showing kindness to others, we can make the world a better place. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends. And let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.